So this is day one of trying to become an Olympic photographer at the 2028 Summer Olympics down in LA. Back in 2016, so almost 10 years ago, I posted this saying that I wouldn't mind being a photographer at the Olympics one day. And I posted on Facebook, and today is kind of like that first day to achieving that goal or that dream, because I'm photographing a regional championship game for Gettysburg College softball team. And I've never actually photographed softball before, so this is kind of new on my hand. It kind of just fell in my lap. But we're gonna give it a try. We're gonna bring you guys along for the ride. And this is day one, and hopefully, 3 years down the road, I can bring you guys along to photographing the Olympics. Again, hopefully this kind of works. This is the first time I've actually shot softball in any kind of way. So I'm excited, but also nervous. So I'm actually gonna be showing up really early to kind of get my establishing, because the whole theory behind this is that I need to knock it out of the park day one. And this is not a reoccurring gig. This is simply they have a photographer, but the photographer's busy doing something else. So then they came to me, and this is a super important game. So I can't really mess this up. And hopefully create a good relationship is the goal with the college, and hopefully, get other jobs down the road, either with them or referred by them is the idea behind it. All right, so the gear that I'm going to be working with today, I have my Canon R6 Mark II with the 24-70, a 270-200, and then a 100-400 that I actually rented just for this game. This way I can get some action shots and then try to get some celebration shots that are a little bit wider, or some wider establishing shots. And that's kind of the gear that I'm rolling with. Hopefully it works. So I just got to the location, or the field. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous. Again, this is such an important game, and I feel like I know how to take photos. That's not a problem. I know how to take action photos. I've done that before. But this is such a surreal kind of thing. So, a little nervous. All right, so I'm going to talk about kind of my perspective and my thought process as you guys see these clips from the Meta glasses. Overall, I really enjoyed photographing this, and you can kind of see I'm trying to photograph at warm-ups in between the fence to kind of get a feeling for the game, get a feeling for the action, kind of warm myself up, if that makes sense. You'll see me shoot through fences a lot, because for baseball you can't really be out on the field because there's a lot of stuff going on, and balls can go anywhere, and you really don't want to get hit in the face, and more importantly, you don't want to have your camera get hit in the face. That would be really bad. So trying to stay safe, keep the camera safe, keep the gear safe, all that stuff. So kind of staying behind those fences helps a lot. Now, ways that I've learned that you don't get the fence actually in the photo is using telephoto lenses, especially with the low aperture. So here you're going to see me pretty much use the 100-400, and that goes down to a 4.5. And you can kind of get some black bokeh in it, which is fine. But whenever I use my 70-200 and shooting at 2.8, I don't really get that, which was really cool. So now you're going to see me photographing the game, focusing really here on the pitcher and the catcher, and trying to get different angles and perspectives of everything. So I photographed this behind home plate here, but I'll also photograph over by first base and third base, and even past third base a couple times to get different angles and perspectives once again. So now kind of same spot, just photographing the batter. Something I had to do a lot was kind of focusing on the actual play at hand, and just kind of compose the shot, and then just hope that my hand doesn't move to make sure that shot is still accurate. So you see me look down every once in a while, but again, I'm really focusing on the game, so that way I can see when that pitcher throws the ball, and then I can start taking photos, as you should see very soon. There we go, and then that's how I'd get the shot. The nice thing about my camera is it can shoot up to 30 frames per second, which is great. Here you're going to actually see the moment where Gettysburg College actually scores their 2 runs for the game, and which gives them the win. And here I knew I wanted to focus on the runner coming into base, getting the reactions, and then also trying to get those reactions from the people in the dugout. And that really gave me a lot of great images to work with, rather than just, hitting the ball. It goes on a foul. And this gave me, again, a lot of variety, which was nice. The big thing was, don't mess it up, Kane. That's what I was telling myself. Don't mess it up. Make sure things are in focus. Make sure the settings are good. Please don't mess it up. And I didn't, which was great. I'll show you guys the photos later in the video. But now I'm just going through, kind of saying like, oh my God, I got it. That's great. And it happened so fast. Honestly, I didn't even know there was a batter at second base. I just thought there was a batter at third. So the fact there was 2 runs, super cool. This shot here, I'm just kind of composing the batter and the scoreboard in the shot because this is now the first time the score is 2-0 and not 0-0. So I thought that'd be a cool shot. Now here's the thing. I don't know why I did this. They're doing some like celebration thing at the end, and I decided to photograph it from the back and not the front. But yeah, that's kind of the game and my thought process. Now back to the video. All right, so post game now, it was fun. Very fast paced, and it was hard to kind of like predict where things were going to go. And I think that comes with like time and just photographing the sport more. But I had the idea that if I brought my laptop, I could edit the photos and get them to them ASAP. The only thing is it's taking like a while to get it done. So not entirely sure. I still want to get them a couple photos. So what I could do is I can just grab my camera, edit on my phone. But yeah. All right, so update. I don't need to, do 70 gigabytes worth of pictures per photos or per sport. So I need to learn to shoot less and get just as good photos. All right, so I'm back at my desk. I'm uploading these photos officially, finally. Out of like the 3,800 photos I took, I'm only going through about 1,800. Kind of did whatever felt like a decent shot rather than just, them standing around. Or like the ball not in the frame, kind of eliminated those, and now I'll go through those. And my goal is to get to like 75 good shots. So now I'll just go through that. So this is the first. My computer decided no, it's had enough. And hopefully there's not an issue. Hopefully. So we did it. It's crazy. We did it. And I feel like the photos, I'm gonna have them playing as I talk. I feel like the photos came out really, really nice. I enjoy how they look, and I'm not the only one, because I actually got an email from the athletic communication director person from Gettysburg College saying, hey, we should talk over the summer about potentially bringing you on as a photographer for next season, which is crazy. Like really, really crazy. And I think it just shows that when you put in the work and you go above and beyond, even if you're not getting paid, because I didn't get paid for this, things will pay off for you. And it's just showing good initiative. And hopefully that will be the thought process for this entire series of chasing the Olympics, because I really want to try to see if I can make that become a reality of photographing the Olympics. I think that'd be so cool and such an opportunity to photograph history. And I'm excited. I hope you guys enjoyed these photos. Again, this was the first time I've ever photographed softball. I've photographed some athletics and stuff like that in the past, but never to this extent, and never for my own brand. It's always been, either for when I was working at Disney, and it was under their brand. I don't really get to keep those photos. So being able to have something that's like, hey, McMillan Photography is super, super cool. And I'm just hoping I get to do more of these, and this is just the start of something really, really cool and really, really epic. And hopefully down the road, we get to photograph the Olympics, and that'd be awesome. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.